Okay, so my first attempt here at making a piece for this that I think is not going to go well at all. I'm gonna do a piece that's gonna come from about here over. I'm gonna try and bend it in so it's not just a hard angle and looking like stupid. It'll actually, roll nice. And it'll be folded over at the top also, so hopefully that'll look good. This is what's going to give me an issue because I have to follow that body line. So I'm going to try and do some curve in there to help, but then somehow it has to stop. So that's where I think it's going to prove to be difficult. But yeah, let's just start trying things and see how many times we can fail. Okay, so I realized I probably should have that not on time lapse, so I can actually talk and explain what's going on. This is going to be like this going on. This will have a little bit of overlap over that piece that I'm going to have to replicate that bend in. Like I said, honestly, I don't really know where I'm going with this. I've got that though, and I like that. So I think, I measured to the bottom of the cab is 18 inches. And then I gave an extra 5 inches to fold in there too, so. I'm thinking it'll have to get cut here, roll that over too, so then everything is nice with rolled edges instead of like I said, instead of just that hard 90, and it looks, I don't know, looks cheaply done when it's hard 90s to me. Maybe that's what I'll do next, is just cut that, cut all the way across, bend that in, and then maybe get that a couple tabs just so it's solid. I don't have my bead roller up here, otherwise that wouldn't be that hard to replicate. I think I'm making those filler pieces. I think I almost might end up cutting this at that line, then I can just kind of flare it up. That part would be easy, but like I said, what I'd like to do is have that body line, wherever like it is. We'll go to the back side here, come in, and then before the deal there, just kind of die off. Ideally, I'd like it to go down like that, but I don't have a way, so I think I'm just gonna have it go, and then, from the side, it'll be like this, and you'll eventually just kind of go into flat. Given over the 9 inches from here to here, and we can go, and then it'll just die out. I don't think it'd be that bad. I think I'm gonna start there though, because then I can measure from here down to that body line, and then go from there. Like I said, I think I'm just gonna have to cut it and then flare it and re-weld on that body line, grind it smooth. I think it should look halfway decent. If not, figure out a plan B. So that's cool. You guys see what I did there. This is the line that I'm supposed to bend it over on. I'm supposed to cut from here to there. So, good thing we have more steel. I'm gonna do all this again. Okay, plan 1 sucked, I hated it. On plan 2, let's check this out. Behind the cab is that roll that I'm looking for. So, what I'm gonna do is still the same thing, just in 2 pieces. So to make my 1 piece go, roll up to this line and curl in. And then my second piece is gonna be just straight up. It's gonna go in, it's gonna do the roll around, and then I'm gonna have to figure out how to do crap, if I got a compound roll, then I have a rounded corner. Shoot.
It's gonna stop by.
Well, I will think about that as I go. But anyways, so with this bottom piece here, once I do my straight one, I'll cut this out so it can go down. Easy peasy. Kind of, sort of. Okay, so I have my piece cut. I actually just used the one that I screwed up and just cut the size that I needed to be able to get from this line down. We're over on the passenger side now. This is for the driver's side. I just have it flipped upside down to kind of show you what my plans are. I'm now going to cut along here so I can roll this up and get that body line made. Once I do, I'll have to notch the back part to be able to fit over the frame. And I'll slide it in there and see how it fits. Once I see how it fits, I'll figure out the next part, but I kind of want to take it one step at a time. Like I said, we're on the passenger side. This is going to be the driver's side, so we'll just flip it upside down and start doing some cutting and bending. See how it goes. Okay guys, so downfall to the new shop, there's virtually no electric hooked up as far as outlets. So we have one extension cord down here, but I've got to use it for all the power tools. So anytime that I have to move basically anywhere except for where I'm currently at with cutting and stuff, I can't do the filming at the same time because lack of lights and stands and whatnot. So off camera here, I got the top part. Let me just check real quick where I'm going to be. Okay, got the top part rolled. It's kind of crude. Just have a pipe over there, just vice grip to it, kind of rolled down a little bit. Went too much, so I had to kind of bring it back out with a hammer a little bit. But it actually lines up halfway decent, given that this thing's pretty ratty, especially with those fenders that you saw and whatnot. And it's gonna have cream, which hides a lot of imperfections. I think it'll actually be just fine. I went ahead and cut that out as well, and kind of set it in there on the other side so I could see where we're gonna be. And basically, right there is where I want to be. So now my kind of, I guess I don't want to say dilemma, but my thing that I'm hoping to be able to do here is cut out this lip now, so I can then turn to this side and be able to roll that up and flare down the rest of the way. Gosh, I might have to make that in a whole nother piece, huh? If I cut along that, roll this up, and then attach that back onto it so it can go back down. This is a little big pain in the butt. I really hope this turns out and is worth how much time I've thrown at it. I'm gonna do a little thinking before I decide which way I'm gonna do this. Okay guys, so I did end up cutting this into another piece. So before we were this, or no, sorry, before we were this. So I did cut this off there. I got it bent. to go weld this, or at least tack it, and then come back over and figure out what my plans are to move forward. I think this will just get welded back on like normal, but I needed to weld it to that. To be 100% honest, no, I should be good. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go do that, but I wanted to give you guys a little update since I can't keep doing it on time lapse or live time. Okay, guys. So Monday morning, here we are. I got a little excited and started to cut and forgot to update you guys. So remember, we had the two pieces. I just notched this out. Now I'm in the process of welding that as one. I only got the one tack there. So then we've got our body line going down. We're gonna wrap around, then we're gonna see how it fits again. I'm just gonna do a couple tacks because if it doesn't pan out, then I want to be able to knock it out easy. But there you have her. Okay, so like I said, just tacked just for fitment's sake here. Let's see if we can do this one-handed. Oh, apparently not. Sorry, guys, sorry. So it'll be something like that. And then the next part is to build, I can't do this with one hand, this part with the wraparound, which should be able to be one piece of just whoop with the bend. So I'm gonna get that. Okay, guys, so figured I'd do this one real time instead of the time lapse, just to shake things up a bit. So I've got my top half of this notched out and kind of bent. The bend isn't lining up exactly, and it's mostly because when I did the bend on the box side, like you saw earlier for this one, this needed to be a little bit further over when I notched, and I notched right there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do my weld, or tack, get it pretty solid, a lot more than this one. Actually, no, I lied. I'm gonna just do my tacks light, make sure it lines up, and then if it lines up, I'm gonna come back through a little bit heavier, and then I'm gonna work this corner once I'm good and solid through there. Thanks, sir.
And you're not really a kid. I mean, what are you, like 28, 30?
Okay, guys, so fitment on the box itself, or sorry, the cab and whatnot is, I mean, it's where I expect it to be and everything. So, I just shut my welder off. That was stupid. So I'm gonna go back through, like I said, get this a little bit more solidified. I cut out that that spot there, I don't know why I did that, so I've got to refill that. But I'll get that in. Probably do that after I work this bend. I'm also going to go through and get that. I'm not going to do it solid like that. I'm just going to get it good enough. Let the metal cool while I'm doing my bend manipulation there, and then go back to and solid weld it. Okay, so I already know I'm going to get comments about a whole bunch of stuff about welding because I'm self-taught. I don't know what I don't not know what I'm doing, but I'm sure there's better ways and stuff, so please take my welding with a grain of salt. But also, I do have an auto darkening helmet, so before anyone says get that, but I flip it up and down because it's like all gross, so I can barely see out of it. Also, I just like to make sure I'm really where I want to be with that. But it's pretty warm, and I don't want it to warp, so I'm gonna let that cool while kind of moving on to this, manipulating this curve here so these flood up, and then I'm gonna cut along that so we can weld like this. I don't want to do any overlapping. Then after that, I'll fill that piece, come back slowly, get that stuff done, and then grind everything smooth. The hardest part is gonna be, this has a nice round body line to it, and the same with the actual truck, whereas this right now is hard. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is just build up a little bit with my welds on that spot. That way I can give it a little bit of bend. I can tell you right now, it's not gonna look perfect unless we do body filler and all that stuff, which you guys know with our rat rod style builds like these, we don't ever do. my Bel Air, that one's getting filler. My 69 Camaro, that's getting filler. We do that stuff, but sometimes like this build, something like this, it's not going to be worth going through and doing filler. If somebody's going to want to do a perfect job, they're going to end up changing the box. They'll go over this or rip it out, whatever. So I don't really want to throw a whole lot at it. So I'm already a little bit deeper into this part than I wanted to be. But this curb bend here, I'm just going to put it back on time lapse because it's going to be frustrating and take some time. I don't think you guys really care that much to see it going at real time. But before I get to that time lapse, I'll show you kind of what I'm saying. If I would have moved that forward a little bit better, let me step where I can see the camera. If I would have moved that forward a little more, I think those might have lined up halfway decent, but it's not a big deal. I'll get it to work close enough anyways. Okay, so I got most of this ground down. One thing that I had said before is I wasn't going to do any filler on this. I think I am. I hate to do that. I'm going to back this up a little bit. You can see a couple spots where I can't just get it quite smooth or flat, I should say. So I'll just do one really quick coat through that crap, sand it one time, and it turns out how it turns out. It'll at least just give not this hard lip, and then once we shoot it with the cream and some brown crap in there to try to match that, it should hide everything between it being matte, so absolutely no shine. And cream is usually a pretty forgiving color. But I've got the top piece for up here marked out there. I'm gonna cut it out. This part is just roughly guessed. Now, if we were at the other shop, I would take cardboard, cut it out, fit it in there so I know it's the right thing, and then I'd trace that out. But we don't have any razor blades up here. And I'm way too impatient to wait. So I'm just gonna cut that and pray that it fits and go from there. So guys, completely forgot to show this at the point of making this video because I wanted to show you guys because we're not liars. I did find a razor blade. So I was able to cut out a cardboard little template, fit it in there, and made sure it worked. And well, here you go. Okay guys, so here's that top plate there cut. As far as fitment on here goes, it's good. Ta-da! Let's go see if it fits the cab though. It's very sharp. Oh yeah, sorry, looking with my eyes, not the camera. Heck yeah, so it should sit under there. So I mean, I think we're good. I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna tack it on the little piece over there and then see how it looks, because the only thing that kind of worries me is what if I'm, you know, off like that, like it fits here but it actually needs to be like that or whatever. So I'm gonna check that, and then hopefully it's good and I'm not cutting it back off, and hopefully worst case I've just got to take some more out of a certain spot. I'm still praying for the it just fits perfect though, so let's see. Top is on, welded solid. We'll go, well, I kind of just got done with it, so it might be hot. But we'll go set it up there and see how it looks. There you have it, guys. Fit in there really nice. It's not welded or anything, it's literally just sitting there. Almost tripped over this box. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's just sitting there so the body line isn't pushed up exactly where it needs to be and whatnot, but overall, pretty happy with that. Back that out a little bit. Okay guys, so now it's fully welded in. Haven't done filler and haven't ground that down. Honestly, it's just gonna be in a different video there because I wanna get you guys kind of updated there. But body line turned out pretty decent. I think it looks pretty cool in there. I know originally I had said, oh, that hard 90 is gonna look kind of gross on there instead of a rolled edge, but I actually think that this kind of fits a little better, to be honest. But there you have it. We'll get up a little bit closer. You can kind of see it again. The other side is done as well, but it's up against the wall, so it's harder to see. The other side actually looks better. Sad, but there you have it. Thanks for watching, guys. We haven't thrown out the like, comment, subscribe little pitch for a while, so share with your friends. We appreciate the views and the comments, constructive ones anyways. Yeah, have fun and enjoy.